The four horsemen of the apocalypse have found their contemporary embodiments in climate change, destabilization, lawfare, and militarization, forces that relentlessly push the world to the brink of collapse. Leading them is the Headless Horseman himself, Donald Trump, a figurehead whose inability to distinguish fact from fiction has become a grim legend of our times. His pumpkin-headed charge amplifies the destructive momentum, steering these horsemen in a blind dash toward some perverse eschatological reckoning. As the world struggles to move forward, both with and without the United States, the forces of the apocalypse cling tightly to the notion of American exceptionalism. But what is this exceptionalism but a euphemism, a fabricated prestige that once inflated Washington and Wall Street's dominion over global economic rules, tipping the scales in favor of the few while sidelining the many? The myth of exceptionalism is built upon the ruins of genocide, slavery, exclusion, and exploitation, all feeding into a modern mythology of White Man-ifest destiny, a twisted, belligerent right to dominance that shrouds itself in national pride and hollow patriotism. In his first term, Trump's tenure revealed the destructive reach of this myth. With allies like Bolton, Pompeo, Kavanaugh, and Mattis, the axis of the apocalypse unleashed waves of destabilization, legal manipulation, and militaristic posturing that had far-reaching consequences across the globe. And we've only seen Biden's entire administration perpetuate this belligerence with his unconditional support of Israel and Ukraine, and the ongoing provocations against BRICS, China, Venezuela, Yemen, and of course Russia. From dismantling good climate commitments to engaging in eco-neoliberalism and lawfare that interferes with sovereign nations' elections, the next president will continue to push an agenda that inflames environmental destruction, economic inequalities, and regional unrest, all in the name of preserving power and privilege. For decades, neoliberalism enabled this regime of exceptionalism, using Wall Street's greed to mold international trade and finance systems that favor the U.S. elite at the expense of global equity. This system, fueled by the voraciousness of the 1%, began consuming itself until the 2008 financial collapse revealed the fragility of an empire built on debt, deregulation, and arrogance. And yet, even when the neoliberal model faltered, it was kept alive on life support, resurrected with new forms of debt and further deregulation. Now, with Trump or Harris at the helm, the United States will continue to embrace the darkest facets of neoliberalism's legacy. The Headless Horseman will ride again. The apocalypse is no fable, it's a grim reality we're living, with stakes that threaten life itself. This reckless crusade will not cease until we reject the hollow specter of American exceptionalism, confront the failed model of neoliberalism, and dismantle the belligerent claims of a White Man-ifest destiny. Only then can we move toward an equitable future, one where the four horsemen are reined in and humanity can reclaim a path toward healing and restoration.